Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Jen. Today we are going to talk about books that are overhyped, books that are underhyped, and books that are worth the hype. Alright, yes, we are here to talk about a variety of books here. I believe that this is or was going around on TikTok, or maybe Instagram. I don't know. This is actually a collab video that I'm doing with Amber Reads Romance and Bestie Book Reviews here on YouTube. I will leave their channels down below. Actually, I will do you one better. I'm going to leave their video for this collab down below for you. So once you finish this one, go check them out. Show them some love. But one of us mentioned it, and it sounded kind of fun. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I think it was originally like 5 books each in each category, but I don't really want this video to be that long, so I thought 3 books a piece wouldn't be that bad, so that's what we're going to do. So let's just go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the overhyped books. We're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. I don't think that I should have to say this, but I'm going to anyway. We all have our own opinions. That is what I love about this community. I may love a book that you do not. You may love a book that I do not. That is okay. Let's just be civil about it. If I happen to not like a book or a series of books that you like, I love it for you. Just wasn't for me, and vice versa. So let's get started. The first overhyped book that I'm going to talk about is Priest by Sierra Simone. Great author. Love her writing style. This just didn't do it for me. I really like plots. I like a backstory. I like to feel invested with my characters. I just didn't here. I also like spice. We know this. I'm here for the romance. There's a ton of that. It is great, great spice. But like I felt like that's all there was. Also, I didn't feel this connection between them. Clearly, our main character, male main character, is a priest. He should be battling a little bit more. I didn't feel like there was such a battle. I don't know. I didn't feel it. I really did not feel the connection between these two, and I felt like there was more spice than there was plot. And even though I am absolutely here for the spice, I want a mixture. I don't want it to just be spice. I need more. So that is my first overhyped book. Rolling into my second, Magnolia Parks, the Magnolia Parks universe. I have to admit, I stopped on the first one. I barely got through that one by the skin of my teeth. That one, it was a big fat no for me. I like toxic relationships. This one it didn't make sense to me. It was just too much. I don't know. It was too much. I also did not connect with the main character, Magnolia. I didn't really like BJ that much. Some of the other characters were okay, but it didn't hold my fancy, so that is why it is on my overhyped list, which brings us to my third one, which is in a big series, y'all. It's the Addicted series. I've read 3 of them so far, and it was a struggle. I know that this is a huge series. It has gotten a lot of hype, hence this list. But for me, it was overhyped. I didn't, again, with the connection. I need to feel a connection, and I did connect with Lily, but it was more of on an annoyance level. She annoyed the piss out of me. I did connect a little bit more with the other characters, and I would essentially get into their brains and see their POVs in other books, but I don't know. That world it doesn't speak to me to want to continue, and I feel like, why read something that doesn't spark interest in me? Like, why was I sitting here trying to make myself read something that I just wasn't interested in? And that says something to me. So I'm sorry, not sorry. These books are they're overhyped for me. Now that that is out of the way, let's go with our next category, which is underhyped books. Here's the thing with these. They are a little bit older, so they essentially could have been hyped up around the times that they were released. This channel was not around during that time, but I also feel like, for me, and I feel like a lot of you guys that that really doesn't matter. We kind of all live a little bit in backlist, but I really enjoyed these. They made an impact on me, and I feel like they should be talked about a little bit more. Hence, underhyped. So my first book that I feel like is underhyped is No Tomorrow by Carrie and Cole. I feel like Don't Kiss the Bride is more hyped up, and I see that it is a little bit more prevalent than No Tomorrow. Both amazing books. Loved them both for completely different reasons. Both gutted me in different reasons. No Tomorrow, definitely more emotional, deals with deeper issues. There is a lot going on here, but I think about this book a lot. I love Don't Kiss the Bride, but I feel like No Tomorrow needs to get the same type of hype. Why it's on this list. Piper and Blue's story is just, it's super emotional. Now, I didn't realize it was going to be that emotional going into it. I had just come off Don't Kiss the Bride and wanted more Carrie and Cole. Picked this one up, and really it blew me away. But I think what I loved most about this is it was very raw, very emotional. I love this book. So I'm hyping it up here. The next book I want to talk about for underrated is actually a 4-book series, and it is Something in the Way series by Jessica Hawkins. Now, this actually came out in, I have my notes here, guys, sorry. This book came out in 2017, the first book, and I think the last book came out sometime in 2018. It is a bit older. It could have been hyped around that time. I don't know. Again, I wasn't around, and I don't hear about it too much anymore, and I felt like it needed some love because it is a absolutely wonderful series. Forewarning now, it is a slow burn. It's slow burn. Like, I don't even think anything happens in the first book. I don't think anything happens in the first book. It's slow burn. It is angsty. It is about a girl. I think she is about, I want to say 16 when she meets Manning. He's not too much older. I think he is in his early 20s. So there isn't a huge gap there, but he's in his early 20s. She's 16. And he actually ends up dating her older sister in an attempt to stay close, to still be in Lake's life. It was good. It was a really good series. I've read a few things by Jessica Hawkins, and by far this series has been my favorite so far. So if you haven't read Something in the Way series, if you're looking for an age gap, a angsty read, there is that forbidden aspect there. It is chock full of just yummy goodness. I highly recommend this one. Okay, my next underrated book, Our Way by T.L. Swan. I haven't heard very much about this. T.L. Swan is a pretty popular author. This is not one that I hear too much about, and I haven't even scraped her backlist. She got a pretty hefty backlist, but I know that there are some other books that are more hyped up than Our Way. But this one has a premise that I had never really read before, and it really intrigued me. This is about a man and a woman who become best friends. They've been best friends for about 10 years. They met when they started working at the same company, and they hit it off right away, and just, it was like they had been best friends since childhood. That's how, like, they mesh very well. Now, this is a friends to lovers book, but the twist, the kicker here, and it's not a spoiler, Nathan, our male main character, is gay. So we say friends to lovers, but it was just the transition from how they become best friends to how they become a couple, and the conflicts that they deal with within their relationship was amazing. Also, the way he finds out that he is, or maybe attracted to his best friend, is quite funny. But it was just a really good book. I really recommend this one if you're looking for something a little different. Okay, we are to our last category, which is worth the hype. Now, I'm sorry. I gotta give a shout out to the Boys of Toman series. Y'all knew I was gonna do it. I had to do it. I mean, this whole video is about books that are hyped for one reason or another, and it is hyped, but it is also worth the hype. It is just a series that has, not a lot of series blow me away like this, or not a lot of books blow me away like this. There are few that blow me away to this level, and this is at that level. The writing is spectacular. The feelings, you feel it. You're in there with them, and that is what I think that's why it's so hyped, and I think that's why it's so worth the hype, is because not all authors can do this. Not all authors can pull you in the way that Chloe Walsh can do, where you're in that story. You feel the feelings, good and bad, and some of them are absolutely heartbreaking, but you feel it. You feel the love. I love the found family aspect too. Like, that is one of my favorite things about the series, is the family unit, and then also the found family. I love them all. I love them all. I cannot wait for the next 2 installments of the book. Like, fingers crossed that that's my boy Gibbsy, because I need that in my life, but I had to do it, so this was going to be my first worth the hype. All of them, the whole series, is just so good. All right, next I have to go with another series. I know, I'm sorry, but I have to do it, and that is the Perfectly Imperfect series by Neva Altaj. This one, oh my god, so worth the hype. So worth the hype. Here's the thing. So, sometimes with a series, or an interconnected series, you have some books that might be not with this. I can seriously say that each one of these books, I have loved each one of these books, each one of these couples individually for different reasons. But I love that they are all under 300 pages. Honestly, if they were longer, I would be okay with that. They're really quick reads, and some of them are actually really dense, where you're getting a lot of information, and it doesn't seem like 300 pages. It seems longer, and that is not a bad thing. They're good. A mafia romance, you've got imperfect, masculine alpha heroes who are a little scarred. They need a good woman's touch. And speaking of women, you have really strong heroines, which, if you've been around, you know I like me a strong heroine. I don't like the ditzy. Like, be ditzy, but have a little bit of character development so that you're not ditzy at the end of the book, and then we're good. But not with these. These are all really strong heroines, but they have that tender side as well, but they're strong. They're strong-headed. They're not stupid. They're good. Worth the hype. All right, my last selection for Worth the Hype book is a book that actually came out in 2016 and then was added to in 2021. And I am talking about A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. So A Love Letter to Whiskey came out in 2016, and then Candy Steiner wrote the 5-year edition, which is Love Whiskey, the point of view of Jamie, our male hero, in 2021. So even though it first came out in 2016, this is the one that we should read if we haven't read this yet. So this 5-year edition is where it's at, because everything that Candy Steiner gave us in Love Whiskey was everything that we wanted and didn't get from the original A Love Letter to Whiskey. We get Jamie's point of view, yes, but we also get additional things, because I'm going to be honest, I was left with some longing when I finished A Love Letter to Whiskey. Like, I wanted more, and I think a lot of people wanted more, which is why she gave us Love Whiskey, and we got what we wanted. But it was really hyped up, and then it became hyped up again in 2021, and honestly, I still see this around. I still feel like it is one of her more popular standalone books, and I know why. If you've read it, you know why. Angsty, another slow burn. This one is a slow burn. This one is very, you want to strangle these two, because it's very miscommunication and hit or miss, and they're on separate paths, and their journeys just keep crossing each other and never interlocking, and you think it's going to happen, and then it doesn't. And then it's just, it is maddening, but it is amazing. So we follow Jamie and B, but we follow them through many, many years. We follow them through many trials. We get to know these two, and we really are just rooting for them, and we want them to, like, what are you guys doing? Stop and have the conversations that you need to have. Did I get angry reading this? Yes. Yes, I did get angry. Did I love those stolen moments? Sure did. Did I root for these two? Absolutely. Did I want to punch one or both at times in the face? Oh, so many times. But again, and what goes back to like what I really love about books is the feelings. It made me feel. It gave me those angsty feelings. It gave me those anger. You're there. You're in it with them. You feel it. You feel the burn. You feel the want, the need for these two, and you see these miscommunications. But it also makes for an extremely good read, and it is definitely worth the hype. So, a love letter to whiskey. All right, guys. Those are my books for overhyped, underhyped, and worth the hype. Did I get that right? I think I did. Don't forget to go check out Jessica and Mandy's video as well as Amber's video. I'm going to leave those videos linked down below for you. I'm really excited to go see who they chose for their categories. That is going to do it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and we will do more of this. But until next time, happy reading.